Dobry Dean, everybody. Arend Sbirbanka here from Countryside Acres, right here in beautiful Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. Living the dream. Still excited. Yesterday's news still floors me. I received, I don't know, countless emails, messages, texts, all yesterday afternoon, all night, and still this morning, from people who are excited about the news, the new presidential decree that Putin signed, allowing Westerners from traditional families, traditional backgrounds, who are displeased and maybe even in danger in the countries where they are because of the new radical left agenda, can now come to Russia and seek temporary residency without the need for quota and without the need for a language test, which is something that is very exciting. Opens the door for a lot of families who felt stuck and trapped like us. We found a path, and prior to coming here, we knew how difficult it was going to be. We had lengthy discussions with John Hare. If you don't know who he is, you can check them out on Siberian Freedom. It's their YouTube channel. You should really look them up if you haven't heard of them. Great family. They were a wealth of information for us and really helped us in finding our direction in coming here. We knew we wanted Russia, but it was hard to find information. And so my first Russian contact would have been Dmitry, and after that, the Hare family, who responded to one of my emails. And it's also why we try to respond to as many of you as possible, because we know other people are stuck. Check them out, support them. Anyway, through them, we knew it was going to be a long road, and we were going to be probably 6 years before we received citizenship. That's hard, and a lot of people aren't willing to do that. Uproot your whole family and be uncertain for that length of time. But it's worth it. It's worth every penny. What are you living for? Right? Is it for money or for pleasure, or for your children, for the future generation? And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to provide that for my family. And I'm here, right here. Very, very thankful for the opportunities that we have. But now it just became that much easier. Obviously, someone else recognized that it is very difficult, and a lot of people are unable or are basically unable to make that step in that transition, and this just made it a lot simpler. So very thankful for that. Still super excited about it. Just noticed, looking at the trees here, there's yellow in the trees. See that? There's some yellow in those ones, and even scattered throughout some of these, there are a few yellow leaves through the trees. The year is starting to turn. Not winter yet, don't worry, but it always happens this time of year. Nights are starting to get a little cooler and things are starting to shift in the other direction. And it's a reminder when you see that we do have 4 seasons and we need to prepare. So everybody living in the northern hemisphere is used to that. It's part of normal routine here. We're back on the farm this morning. It's going to be a short day. It's Cora's birthday actually today. Amazing, 16 years. Still remember bringing her home from the hospital. That was at a time where my wife and I were at our poorest, and we didn't even have a vehicle at that time. And we were borrowing my dad's pickup truck. So it was only a 3-seater pickup truck, and coming home from the hospital with 4 of us, it was interesting. Our oldest son and Cora the baby, and my wife and I. Yep, we've come a long way in those times, and yeah, she's an amazing daughter. I'm very happy, very thankful that God has blessed us with her, and we pray that she will be blessed with many, many more years of service to Him, and also just happiness, hope, health in this world. So back on the farm now, though, with a shorter day. Going to get a few things done here. I have a steel delivery coming. We're putting a little porch on here, so we order steel for that. I also need steel for this, and if you remember, we were short steel on that roof, and so that's coming as well today. I'm also going to measure up for my soffits. I need to get the metal for this measured up. They'll have that ready for me. I want to get that ordered so we can get completely winter tight. Right now, snow can still blow in. Rain won't, but snow has a way of kind of fluffing around, and it'll end up getting up there, so we want to close that all off. And we did some more insulating, so the kids are upstairs there now. They're going to finish the rest of the upstairs. I spray foamed some of the smaller gap, and basically getting everything ready for vapor barrier. One of the things that I need to do is make well, I'll show you on the video, I guess, but I'm going to make some cardboard pieces that'll help the air flow from these eaves. It needs to be able to flow up into the attic, and when we blow the attic full of insulation, we don't want these eaves to get plugged up. So hard to point. And we don't want that to plug up. So I need to make these cardboard pieces that'll allow the air to come up, but the insulation to get as close to the edge as possible. We'll do that today as well. This, I don't like how they finished this, and so I decided to put that pipe Gonna lay that around here. We'll set it in so that the electrical lines, everything's kind of tucked up neatly inside, and put a lid on it, and then it's protected. And Wes actually built a wishing well, which we're gonna stick over top of this. Just decorative, but I still don't like just the way it's finished, as I said before. So we'll take care of that maybe today as well. I bought way too much. I actually got a piece that's 1.5 meters long. I really don't need that length, but we'll put something shorter on here. You're up to speed. No, you can't forget about watermelon season. You gotta eat your watermelon. It's yummy. Now you might be thinking in the West, that's a lot of seeds. I don't like watermelon with seeds. Maybe not, but this is real. That stuff you're buying that's seedless, yeah, I'm sorry, that's genetically modified. Plants and fruits should have seeds in them so you can regrow them. If you don't have seeds in your food, it's not actually real. So as much as seeds are kind of annoying, you know this is real food. And if I leave this one out too long, it rots very fast. Whereas watermelon in Canada seems to last a long time. That's another thing I was going to say about this watermelon. Back like a month or two ago, we were already eating watermelon, and a lot of folks said, Russians don't eat watermelon now, not till August. I have to say that the watermelons we're now eating are not as good as the ones that I had a month ago. So don't tell everybody, but next year you might want to consider eating watermelon a month or two earlier, because they were absolutely delicious. And these ones are not quite as sweet. And I find these ones are a little bit more powdery almost, but still good. Still worth eating. Watermelon's yummy. We've got this guy all done. There's our well cover. Pull the lid off of that there, Waylon. There we got everything in there. Why they left me that much cable, I'm not exactly sure, but it's not a problem. Anyway, the only reason I have this on here, it's not for insulation purposes. This won't freeze because the well is, or the pump is way down at the bottom of the well, right? It's a long way down. But the cable is excess where they haven't hooked up. I don't know if I can show that. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They just didn't finish it off where I would have, so I needed something to protect it. This keeps it all nice and safe. We're going to bring the topsoil level up around this thing yet, and then I don't know, just closes it off. You can close it up again if you like, unless you don't want to, but you may as well. A nice little lid or seat. Perfect. We're going to be putting a fence along this anyway. I can't remember if it's going on this side or this side, but it'll be in the bushes, so you won't see it. So very good. What'd you guys work on? How many beans you get?
Pretty much 2 pails and 3
Probably
pails.
2 baskets about this big.
That's a lot of beans. You guys like beans? They're yummy, eh?
Especially raw beans.
You like beans, Wayne?
Yeah, especially raw beans.
You like watermelon? You don't like beans?
Not as much as watermelon.
Well, there you go. We all have our own interests.
I like raw beans the most.
Raw beans the most. They're yummy. Next project, little project I'm working on for sanding drywall, which is going to be coming up very soon. In Canada, you can buy these, and you can also buy one. You can also buy one that has a swivel head on it. And in order for you to be able to run this on a pole, which is very handy when you're working over your head. That is not available in Russia. Correct me if I'm wrong. Post it in the comments, but I have looked and looked. I have asked people, and it does not seem to be available. I can order a lot of things on the internet, but I cannot order one of those. So I'm going to build one from an old mop. Hopefully it works. It's kind of chintzy, but I found this mop in the dumpster the other day when I went to bring away my garbage, and it has the swivel that I need. And I'm going to try to mount it on here and hope it works. Alright, so I cut it all off. I left these 2 side wings just to give the middle some more structure. I've got it glued on right now. It's screwed right down to my work desk. I'm going to use this handle for the drawer because I wanted one on there anyway, and now I have an extra handle. And somewhere down the road, maybe I'll get one more. Yeah, this will pop back on later. It's glued right now. I'll wait for the glue to dry. I'm going to actually stuff this and this full of foam to give it a bit more structure. And then we're just going to hope it holds. Now that is a great handle. Works slick. So if anybody needs one of these built, then I can have another handle for this drawer. Nah, just kidding. Something will turn up. All right, there she is back together again. So I cut the screws off and then put them back in. I figured a little bit of extra help won't hurt. It is glued underneath these two pads, and then the foam is just to give it a little bit of extra structure on the sides. Although it's very soft foam, so I don't think it'll actually do anything. Fills it up though. So it just remains to try it, I guess. This guy's going to clip into here. But I'm telling you, if you've never used one of these, you're missing out because it saves a pile of work. This is way better than running it by hand. You can now run it from a stick and reach to areas that are higher. I can't imagine, well, I've done it now. Actually, I did help a guy here with some mudding, and it's absolute pain without one of these. This is cat's meow. So I don't guarantee this is going to last very long, but the concept is there. Maybe I'll find someone with a 3D printer that can make me one. Would be good too. Or if you're watching and you have a manufacturing business, start producing these, because when you're doing drywall, this is very handy. Another thing that we need here is these vents. I forget what they're called now. Baffles. Attic baffles. They can't find them here. I've sent pictures of what we would use in Canada, and they don't seem to be a thing here, which I don't really understand. They must have another way of doing it, maybe. Now, years ago, they used to be cardboard. I remember when I first started construction, putting cardboard ones in, and then these pink ones, which are like a styrofoam material made by Pink Panther. They became available, very popular, and now we use those exclusively. Although they did find something similar to what I use, they don't seem to be available here. Again, somebody in the comments will probably read this and say, oh yeah, we use them all the time, they're available here, here, and here. But at this point, I can't find them. I don't have time to search for everything and travel all over the place. I will make my own. Today I found cardboard, big chunks of it, at OBI, dirt cheap. Each sheet is 100 rubles, and it's twice this size. So I can make 2 baffles for 100 rubles, which is about $1.50 Canadian. It's pretty cheap. I've got that bent up, and essentially what that does is allows me to blow my attic full of insulation without having it come down into the soffit spaces out here. We'll be putting vented soffit in so air can come up through the soffit, up through here, and blow into the attic. The attic essentially stays cold, the attic space, and we want to insulate the bottom portion here. So now I can do that without having it blow out, and it closes this off here as well. So I will make a whole whack more, and we'll get them all done in here, and then we will be ready for insulation in the attic. We got to put our vapor barrier on, and we'll effectively be ready. Everything upstairs here is now ready to go. We just need to put the vapor barrier on the walls, and then that's it. We're ready for drywall. Pretty exciting to get that far. Are you excited? Drywall, and then paint, and trim, flooring, and then trim. I guess wrong order. We're getting there.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hand in hand, building castles out of sand, reaching for the grand. As willows align, we lose track of time. Head up high, now we climb. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, grander scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way. No, no, no. Dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond dreamy, breezy, we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Cora. Happy birthday to you. Lord bless you today. Lord bless you today. Lord bless you and keep you. Lord bless you always.
Hey,
Roma.
darling, can I tell you what's been on my
Get
mind?
rid of here.
Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town, see the beautiful world around, wanna see it now.